Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are out at round 5 of Klutch Kickers, and I actually brought this car along with me. This one I sold to Trenton at White Plate, so he'll be driving it at this event. It needs a couple more things to get ready. Today we're just unloading. It's actually Friday practice day, and I decided I'm not going to practice. I feel pretty confident with the track. There's 80-something drivers. I'm going to focus on just keeping my head straight and not worrying too much about what I already know how to do. I know I'm good at driving the track. I know the car's dialed. It hasn't really changed, so just do what I know how to do. The car shouldn't really need much. It's in pretty good shape. It's about the same as it was last time, other than I fixed the subframe. I'll probably swap the diff out back to a 3.5. I put a 3.7 in for no coast, and then I think this track, I really just need to stick with second gear at 3.5 until I can either change the clutch or get a different setup. But I'm going to stick with what got me far last time, which is that gear ratio. So that's about the only thing I have to do that's important is swap out that diff. I guess I'll probably have to do that tonight. But I'm just kind of watching practice, getting things set up, kind of relaxing, and I have no idea how the weekend's going to go, but I'm looking forward to it. I brought the family along. My parents came out to Florida, and we've got a nice Airbnb that we're hanging out at. So it's kind of the vibes that are going on this weekend. I'm not trying to get too super stressed out with doing well or anything, but trying my best like I always do. So a lot of drivers here, 80 drivers, a lot of good drivers, but then again, there's a lot of guys that have never driven at this track before. So the fact that I've driven here quite a few times and I know the track well, I think will play into my favor. So we'll see how it turns out. So it's Saturday, Klutch Kickers. Today's qualifying day. We're just making our way over to the driver's meeting, getting everything set up. Of course, I get here, my truck doesn't start, so I got a screwdriver start it, but it's nothing new for me. Gotta go get my car checked. I think that shouldn't be a problem. And we have no crew. It's just me and the old man. I don't think him and I have ever been in a race fight. No, we did in Pro-Am. We've done this before. So my car should be solid. We shouldn't have any major problems. But I don't think they made any changes to the track, so it should be pretty standard with what we're used to dealing with. There she goes in all her glory. Look at her go.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm good, just working it out.
Oh, you got the seat moved?
Yeah.
You more comfortable now?
Yeah, I got that and I forgot. I was like, oh, I can pull the extra steering column back. It's factory. Sometimes factory stuff's good.
Yeah, for real. All right, so we did some practice runs. Today's qualifying day. I had 3 runs. There's so many drivers. I couldn't believe how long the line was for qualifying, or sorry, for practice. My first run wasn't very good. Second run, car started misfiring. First run I tried in third gear, and it's just like dead cylinder. Second run I did second gear, and it was a little slight misfire, but I was able to push it out there. Third run, I ran with Trenton, and I was leading, and my car was just like like completely dying in second gear because it was misfiring so bad. So I brought it back in, and that was the end of our practice runs. I had 3 runs, not very good ones. Start pulling my valve cover, spark plugs, all that stuff, and I find that there's oil that had gone down into the plug galley. So I was pretty sure that was causing my misfire on cylinder 3. So I cleaned off all the plugs. I was gonna reseal the gasket, but it hadn't been leaking that bad. I think it was accumulating over time. So I just cleaned everything out, sprayed some brake clean down there, cleaned the spark plugs off. They all looked fine, put them back in, and went back out to practice in the wrong group, and I got in trouble for that. But I got 2 runs in the other group, and car felt really, really good. One of the problems we have is I put the 3.7 ratio in, where in the past I've been on the 3.5, so the 3.7 is a little bit too short. I can't get third because the car just doesn't have enough, and the wheel speed just pushes me off track. Too much wheel speed, and not quite enough power. So I need to be in second. The 3.7 is a little too much. I need to put the 3.5 back in. I don't have time to do that before qualifying, so I'm just gonna run on the 3.7, try and push the car as hard as I can with the 3.7, and then tonight we'll swap back to the 3.5, which is what I've always done in the past. So, you know, normally you don't make changes last minute, but it's a change back to what I know that I've been doing well in, so I think it's a safe change to do. Anyways, I felt pretty good about about practice. I'm confident going into qualifying. We're middle of the pack as far as the order that we qualify in, so that's usually good for getting a decent score. Last time I got kind of screwed on that side of things. So this time it's looking good, and all in all, things are going pretty well. Car feels good finally. I'm feeling pretty good, so now it's just sit back, wait, watch the other drivers, and get into game mode. We'll do our 2 runs, and then I think we're just gonna take off, go back to the Airbnb, and go swimming tonight. I'm not gonna hang around and watch all qualifying. Kind of clear my head and stuff for tomorrow. Actually, that's not gonna work because I have to swap the diff. So I guess I'll swap the diff first, and then we'll go back to the Airbnb. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll try and get some more action for you guys. I haven't really been filming much action, but I will have some in-car stuff, and I'll try and get some on-track stuff as well. The other problem is we had the battery was acting up, like it didn't want to start. So I've had to jump it twice. We actually took it out, and we're charging it on Sean's truck over here, so that to keep it charged up, because my little jump box has about 2 jumps in it, and I can't leave the car idling all day. We ran it for 2 hours, maybe an hour during practice, and it came back in and it was completely dead. So I'm a little bit worried about that. We're charging it up right now. Worst case, I know if we jump start the car, I can at least do my laps if I don't stall it, but it's a little bit concerning that the battery is not holding a charge. So hopefully this does something. Sean's idling his truck, and he's got the battery charging on here. The yellow top Optima, it should be good. So I don't fully understand why it's doing that, but either way, we'll top it off and hopefully that's all good. But I've probably got another 10 minutes before qualifying, so I'm gonna go get in my zone and get going. So we put down the first qualifying run, and I felt like it was pretty good. I was a little bit slow on entry, and so they gave me a 70. Definitely lower than I want to be, but like I talked about earlier, I'm not happy with the gearing that's in the car. We got a 3.7, so I made the call. We waited so long to qualify. I think we have enough time to swap the diff, so I was like, let's just do it. Let's put the 3.5, try and get a higher score for my second run, because I don't know what I could do any better but from what I did on my first run. So the only thing I can think is to give me more wheel speed, so I can do a faster entry and get deeper in the zones, maybe a little more smoke. So that's what we're doing now. Jubby showed up just in time to help me out, so we're gonna try and bust this out and get it done in time for our next qualifying run. Other than that, things are going good. The car feels good, everything's solid. Once we get into battles tomorrow, I'm confident things are gonna go really well. It's just, this is the last thing we gotta do to the car to make it good. So, on to the next. Maintenance.
Something new in the life here.
Yeah, you know.
Just a gear ratio change. I'm running out of gear.
This is a quick change, the old school way.
The old school way is just keep a bunch of different diffs and gears in them. Well, you changing the cover, I would just let the pop pumping in. Look, Bill, y'all doing God's work. I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of our little circle up here.
How'd it go?
Like, it was pretty much reverse entry, and we all thought he was going to lose it, and he just,
On entry?
He carried it.
Freddie put like a lot more nitrous in the bottom end, so the car no longer chokes. He just goes. We got a 70. 71. 71.
Dang.
Kelsey got 73.
Irked me out by 1 point. That's
But
good.
what we are in here is in a compound. We're the golden childs of here. We're on concrete. Imagine doing this in the dirt right now.
I know I've been noticing, which I haven't watched a ton of the driving, but a lot of people seem like they're having problems between the touch and go and bringing it out to that outside zone.
That's why I put more sauce on it.
Yeah.
That one part.
He's doing a pretty good job there.
Do you think we really need it?
I'm getting this stuff kind
You see over here, it's pretty messy. We got little pieces of dirt in there and stuff. Anyways, so we're in the middle of our diff swap.
of, yeah.
And it actually went a lot faster than I thought it would. So that's pretty good. We'll probably hurry, get it done, and just sit around and wait for qualifying. Hurry up and wait. There's a lot of cars on grid. It's crazy. So, this diff cover is actually, it's a Collins piece, and it's pretty fancy because it allows us to run the Z33 diff in the S chassis without having to cut and modify a whole bunch of stuff. Really the only mod we have to do is we cut the mustache ears on here and put the bushings in. Other than that, everything, the subframe remains unmodified and goes right into an S13 subframe. And gives you strong axle, strong diff, and all that stuff. So far it's working out really well. But when we swap the diff, that means we gotta swap the cover. I don't have enough money to keep 5 covers on deck. But it really hasn't taken us that much longer.
Yeah, the vantage point makes things kind of awkward to try to judge it. Yeah. I've got a sign here. Oh, what's our sign say?
So we had some battery issues earlier. We thought was the battery, and we just tried to start the car, and I'm like, how is the car dead again? We just charged the battery for like 2 hours. So we started shaking around here, and then we found the alternator wire. I remember I did this before, and it's not crimped very well. I think I hammered it together, and it was loose again. So we just had to pull it back out, crimp it up a little bit, and we're back in business. Just out those little things that you find at the track, and sometimes they pop up at the worst time. Luckily, we caught this one right before comp, because that would have been a bad time for it to fail. But I remember, I think I had this problem at the last Klutch Kickers. My voltage wasn't staying consistent. It was dropping to like 12 sometimes, and all of a sudden it came back, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be a problem in the future. And sure enough, it became a problem today. So I'm glad we figured it out easily and at the right time, so we didn't end up missing out a comp run or something. It's crazy how some of the smallest stuff can take you out sometimes if you're underprepared. And the hard part is, like, you never know what it's going to be, so really you just got to always keep your car in tip-top shape. And the best thing is when you build it, just build it right so you don't have these kind of problems. I hate to say it, but this car was not built right from the beginning. It was kind of scabbed together a little bit. It's kind of showing up now, all the little shortcomings that it has. But we'll get it figured out slowly. So after all the work to change the diff and get the gear ratio where we wanted it, we got 1 point extra. So we went from a 70 to a 71. My driving wasn't great. I had a better entry, better speed, but then I dropped tire in a couple places and went a little bit too hard. I think it's just that calibration of a little more wheel speed. I was pushing too hard to the edge of the track. So we ended up with 71. That puts us in 21st place. The bracket is really, really weird. But that's a story for tomorrow. So that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. We shouldn't have that much more work to do to get ready for tomorrow. It's all in the head. for me. As long as I'm having fun and keep my head in a fun mindset and don't get too caught up in the competition side of things, that's usually when I do well. So I gotta work on that, focus on that. So part of this trip for me is like a vacation, relaxing thing. So instead of getting all caught up in the competition, I'm just gonna relax, enjoy it, come back and be in the right mindset tomorrow for a good day of drifting. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you then. Stay tuned. We'll have a video up for you tomorrow as well.